Right, let's get on to the first demo. As I said, I'm going to be using the black sketch notebook, and I'm going to do a journaling type of page, but I'm going to be using my Gelly Roll pens. Now, I keep mine in colour families, regardless of whether they're metallic, Moonlight, Stardust, Glaze. And one of the things that's really great about the Gelly Roll pens is you'll always know what you've got. You can either look to, let's see if I can bring it up there, the lid cap. So I know that's got a little moon on, and that's my Moonlight. Okay, that's got a little star on, so that's my Stardust. But if there's nothing on the cap here, on the pens themselves, you've got what it is. So it's a metallic. So I know what each one of my pens are, and they actually do. So I keep mine in my colour families. I just find it easier to work that way. Okay, you can keep them in lots of different ways. You can keep your Stardust together, your metallics. Right, so I'm just going to put those to one side. So I thought we'd have a go today on a journaling type page. So I'm just going to the next part in my book. And as I said before, I have lots of different die cuts that are left over from projects. And I thought we'd have a go today at doing something using a little bit of everything. So we can do a little bit of freehand, and we can do a little bit with stencils, anything. I'm going to start mainly using the white. I'm going to go for the white, which has got a number 10. All the numbers regarding the white set is just how thick the line that you will get when you use them. I'm just going to test it off. Okay, so let's make a start. Now this is a great thing to be able to do with the children of all different ages, because I'm going to make this like a weekly thing. They could do exactly the same. So I'm just going to start there. I'm just going to use, let me think, let's go here. Now I'm using a stencil here that's got all the days of the weeks on, and it's a Mama Makes one. So I'm just planning mine out in my head. So 7 days of the week. You could lay yours out however you want to. So 1, 2, 3. As you can see, the white stands out beautifully onto the black. Okay, so let's do another one there, and another one there. So I'm just using a stencil. Now you could, like I said before, use a die cut shape. You could use a ruler, and I've gone offline there, but I'm not actually bothered because we can do something about that at another point. So let's see, what shall I do? Yeah, I'm going to do this one that goes over here slightly. Right, I'm going to carry on building up my pattern, and when I come back I'll show you what I've done next. Right, I'm going to quickly pause at that point because there's loads more I can do and I will carry on adding to it. But I just wanted to show you some of the features, or show you close up. So I've used my white pen as we would do like a black ink if we were stamping. So that is my outline. I also like the way it just pops. I do. So I've used the different sizes. So I've used the smaller and the larger white pens. Now, these are our Moonlight, which have a beautiful, don't know if you can, so hopefully you can pick that up, fluorescent look to them. And then I've added the metallics. And as you can see, they also add a fantastic pop onto the black. They work just as beautifully onto the Creme sketchbook as well. Now, one of the things I'm going to say, the smudges you see is where I've got the ink actually on my stencil. But hey, we make them whatever we want to do. So we gradually can build and build and build the page up. Now, one of the things I do love about the Gelly Roll pens is that we can blend out with them. And we just need our white pen, a paintbrush, and a little bit of water. So let's just move those out of the way and bring those in. So you can actually still do your shading even on a black book. So if I just put, I'm just going to put a little bit there, not too much, but it only works whilst the ink is still wet. And on the black pages, it adds a really nice touch to it. So as you can see, I can pull the ink down and I can then add some shading around that bit there. Now that's with the white, but I could, if I wanted to, let's have a look on this box here, because I've got some of the green. If I take, it works the same with all of the Gelly Rolls, that whilst the ink is wet, you can actually blend it out as if it was a watercolour. So I can now add the fluorescent green onto that page and blend that out. I'll lift it up just to show you. So we would carry on, I'd carry on building up my page. So the idea of this page is that things that make me smile, I've done the days of the week, and I'm going to try and think of 3 things each day that have brought a smile to my face from whatever reason that is. So it's, you know, a little bit of motivation to keep us going when we're stuck indoors and make us realise there is quite a lot still to smile about. So I'm going to carry on making my page, and once I've finished, I'll come back and show you the final bit. Right, as you can see, I have done a little bit more since I last showed you. So I've added all my doodles, and I've done lots of shading and blending by using like the paintbrushes I showed you before. So I've got my design there. I've got my metallics on there. Now, one of the brilliant things about Sakura, I mean, there's lots of brilliant things, but one of the things I love when you're doing this type of thing is that once everything is actually dry, because it's now become a non-porous surface again, I can actually start grabbing my other pens. So if I take a Stardust, which I know has got a little bit of glitter on, I can actually then go over what I've done before. So I can now add, if I want to, some little highlights, as you can see there. So let's 4 and then 1 more here, and then I'll lift it up to show you. So I can now use my others. I'm hoping you can see the little bits of sparkle on there, or you can see the shiny bits of metallic. I can do that. I can then take my white pen, and if I've gone over in places and it's you know starting to bug me, I can go over again with my white pen, which is absolutely superb. So I can make that stand out even brighter. I'm just going to do, I've done a line there, so let me just do a doodle there because that'll bug me. There we go. So we can do that. I can grab, let's have a look, let's see, blue glaze. If I get a glaze pen, I can do that. I can go over, let's go over these dots here. I can go over these, and now it suddenly makes them raised. Let me just start my pen off. There we go. Okay. So, and then I want to make sure I've covered all of that, so I'm just going to go over the whole of the metallic. Right. So now I've put a glaze effect on top. I've changed the colour, but it's got a really nice glaze. So you can actually extend this, make this go as far as you want it to be. So as I said before, this would be a great project to do. I haven't put any date on it, but I could put April 2020 down here, or I could do week beginning and then put the date of there that I want it to be. But the idea is to remind myself at a set time the things that made me smile. And who knows, when I read it again, it'll bring a huge smile to my face. Thanks very much. I hope you enjoyed that demo.